Hi, this is Zach here from Zach's Traders Cafe with a look at the major markets on Wednesday, the 6th of July. Starting off with the Footsie 100, and after the Bank of England intervention yesterday, the Footsie managed to break back above 6,500, which is encouraging. Gives us the impression that the current consolidation either side of that number is actually a bull flag, which would be rather unlikely, but is helpful at least. The target, while we hold above the old April resistance, around 64.21 would be as high as 6,800, and that would obviously be very encouraging given the rather negative sentiment in the market at the moment. On to the DAX, and here rather hurt by the problems that we've been hearing and seeing about in the European banking space, Deutsche Bank and others. But as far as the charting position is concerned, a bit of a turnaround here with a gap to the downside, unfilled gap to the downside yesterday, and that risks this market heading back towards the main support line from February, around 92 to 19 to 250 over the next week. RSI is also backed off from neutral 50, which is clearly a negative at the moment. On to the US markets, and interestingly, the Dow still within this range, really, 18,000, well, 17,200 to 18,000 over the recent past. That's basically the 200-day moving average, and then up to April resistance. We still regard the technical glass as half full, while there's no end-of-day close back below the 50-day moving average at 17,751, and the target then, as a best-case scenario, comes in around 18,500 plus for the rest of July. If you're cautious, obviously you'd wait for an end-of-day close above the April resistance and 18,000 level before going long. Onto the S&P, and here it's about the struggle with the 2100 level, but we do have support here at the 50-day moving average at 2076, and while above that, it's probably wise to give this market the benefit of the doubt. If we can clear 2100 relatively quickly, the target here is as high as 2200 over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Onto the Nasdaq, and here the great escape as far as the bulls were concerned with this bear trap rebound from below 4,200 leaves it really hanging either side of the 50-day and 200-day moving averages around the current levels. While there's no end-of-day close back below the 10-day moving average at 43.69, we're looking for a target towards 4,500. Again, this is rather more bullish than one would expect given the sentiment we have in the market at the moment, and also the fact that we're in the run-up to the non-farm payrolls on Friday. For the currencies, the big headline obviously comes from sterling or cable. Here we've got a rather vicious mid-move consolidation breakdown here through that 131.21 June floor, and really that gives us the impression that the next leg down could be as much as 10 cents or more, taking us back down towards the 120 area with a support line projection probably implying $1.22 over the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is a steeply falling June support line projection. Earlier weekly close really back above the 10-day moving average at 134.44 really questions the bear scenario. Onto the euro, and less dramatic, but still very much in a range either side of the 10-day moving, rather the 200-day moving average at 110.94. Below that, and we're looking for a return to retest that 109 post-Brexit low of the other week. Dollar yen next, and this has started to slide back down again, sort of a less dramatic version of sterling with that breakdown on the Brexit and then the negative consolidation that we've seen there, since then. Below the 10-day moving average at 102.71, the risk is of a 99 yen retest over the next couple of weeks. Worst case scenario here, perhaps down to 97.50, which is this late 2015 support line projection. Finishing off with gold, and here you see that the spike to the upside continuing nicely that peak in the wake of the Brexit vote, 1358, now support, and while we're above that, looking for a relatively smooth journey towards $1,400, perhaps even $1,420 over the next couple of weeks. That's it from me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.